Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Vlogmas. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Christina and on my channel we talk all things beauty from my own experiences. In today's video, I thought that I would get ready with you guys for my husband's work Christmas party. We have it tonight in a couple of hours and I thought, why not film this? I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with my makeup today, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to go crazy. I want it to be a toned down glam look. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like the vibe that I've been going with lately when it comes to doing glam looks. I want something a little toned down, a little bit eye-catching, but nothing that's going to be super distracting. So if you guys want to go on this little journey with me, let's get started. To prep the lips, I'm just going to use this Kosas Plump and Juicy Collagen Lip Boost. I have this mini one here, but I did end up purchasing the full-size one during all of the holiday sales and stuff because I really like the way that this one feels. It's a little bit slick, but it also has just the right amount of moisture to it, and I feel like my lips stay looking hydrated after I take this off or after it fades away. Let's start with the eyes because while I do want to do something a little bit more toned down, I still want some shimmer on there and I don't want to risk it getting on like my foundation and stuff like that. Priming with my Rare Beauty eye primer as always. I think I'll just do, you know, some loose waves. I'm not really sure yet. While I let that eyeshadow primer dry, I'm going to do my brows. This is the Rare Beauty brow gel. I don't know if I've talked about this very much, but ever since I got it, guys, it has been the only thing that I've been reaching for when it comes to brow gels. It truly keeps my brows in place. It feels like a flexible wax. I don't know how else to describe it. It allows you to put your brows exactly where you want them to go, and there is zero flaking. It almost seems like a liquefied wax. I really thought that this was just gonna be a hyped up brow gel that would be another one that just didn't work for me. This one I think is a good in between the Benefit 24-hour brow setter and the Fluff Up brow wax. And we're gonna fill it in with a Kosas pencil after we do our eyeshadows. I think I wanna go ahead and dip into these palettes, one or the other or both. These are both from Oden's Eye. They re-released their Christmas palettes and these initially launched last year. So many people were upset that they didn't bring it back. They didn't restock it last year. So this year they decided to bring them back and truly these are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, not only the packaging, but also the shades that are in here. It's kind of holographic and metallic. And I got both the Merry Christmas palette and then I also have the Christmas Eve palette, which is definitely more cool. But honestly, I could not pass it up whenever I was looking at videos about them. People were saying that you needed both. So naturally, I got both. I'm gonna dip into some of these. This is Jingle Bell. Fun. Santa Star. Whoa, that's really gold. I feel like this is definitely going to be more of a bold one no matter what I do look-wise. I think that I'll go with this, Face My Fears, and do a cooler eye tone look. This silvery dream shade up here, oh, that's really calling my name. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Let's start off with the shade Nowhere, just this matte shade right here. I love the embossing on these. They're so pretty, the little snowflakes. I definitely think that cool tones are gonna be in this year, or should I say 2024. They already have been a big thing. I am not a cool tone girl, so I just never really even attempted to do cool toned eye looks, but here I am, the end of the year, attempting new eye looks. I think I mentioned in a past video, like a recent one, that towards the end of the year, I do feel like I want to be a little bit more experimental with my makeup and I try new techniques and new looks and stuff like that. I'm still in that phase for sure. Ooh, that blended very nice. Let's go into the shade Softly, kind of like this cool toned camel-like shade. Do you guys remember from Bobbi Brown? I think it was the shade Camel, where it was kind of like this pukey brownish green shade. That's what this reminds me of, except this one looks like it's a little bit more green than brown. I just want to use this to kind of deepen up some areas of the eye so that when we put that shimmer and glitter on there, it doesn't just look like it's on a bare eyelid. I'm actually going to take this pretty far in, almost halfway to the center of my eye. I really like the way that this shade looks. I feel like it would be super versatile, like you could use it in a cool tone look like this and do the silver sparkles and all that, but you could also use it in a more green eye look and it would translate completely different. Okay, I think I want to go ahead and go in with that silvery dream shade right here. I'm going to try it with a brush first. So to give you guys a little context, my husband works for a company that is not based in town. So he works pretty much hybrid, like remote. He works on ships and he'll go to the ships and also office spaces. Tonight, we're actually going to see a lot of his coworkers that he doesn't see on a day-to-day basis. Ooh. Look at that. I kind of am digging this very scattered glitter look. So he's definitely more of an extrovert than I am. So seeing coworkers and people that he's been communicating with through emails and on the phone and stuff is really exciting for him. And I'm excited for him. But I'm also kind of excited to just go to a work holiday party because doing this as my full time, obviously, I don't really have coworkers anymore. Holiday parties were always so fun when I worked in an office space. I loved them. It was such a good time. We're going to a pretty nice restaurant here in town. We've been there a couple of times and every time we've gone, it's been really nice. Okay, I'm gonna use my finger and put a little bit on the center to build it up, and then maybe we'll use the brush to do more of that scattered light look. This is so beautiful, and I'm bringing it pretty far up like I normally do. I bring it very close to the brow bone just because my lid space is very small, so once my mascara is on and my eyes are, I'm just looking straight, you do kind of lose a lot of that eyelid space when I'm looking forward. So I want to be sure that this glitter is still visible. Oh my gosh, I love that. I kind of want to use a little bit of that snowflake shade right on the inner corners. I'm just going to flip my brush over and use the brush because I want this to look a little bit more scattered. Just a little bit right there. I do actually want to blend the shade in a little bit more, so I'm going to take that same outer corner color and put it right on top of that shimmer. All right, I'm going to leave it alone. We'll touch it up later and do the lower lash line after too. It's the first holiday party that we have this year. And then this Saturday, in a couple of days, we're having our Friendsmas with a bunch of our friends. We're doing a Secret Santa and we're also doing White Elephant. We've done White Elephant every year, but we haven't always done Secret Santa. I believe this is our first year doing Secret Santa because I just downloaded the Elfster app. I've never had it before. I've never utilized it before. I actually really like it. I love how organized it makes things, and I also love that it takes away the guessing of what the person may want, you know? It does kind of take away from you putting in the work of, you know, being a little creative with their wish lists and stuff like that and their likes and hobbies and whatever. If you find it difficult to gift people things, Elfster is the way to go. Okay, so I'm gonna apply this Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. They sent this a couple of weeks ago, and I've used this in the past, like the very original, which I believe this is just the original one. It comes out just this clear silicone right here. It's been quite a while since I've used this, but I remember really liking it. So you guys should probably fire me when it comes to someone that gives you makeup advice, because I'm just now realizing how important it is to use products that have the same base, whether it be water-based or silicone-based or oil-based. I know, it's such an obvious, like very common sense, common knowledge type of thing. I don't know where I've been, okay? I have just been mixing and using products together and hoping for the best, basically experimenting when really the answer has always been in that ingredient list. I feel like I'm the last person to know, but maybe I should explain it to you. So products are going to have a base of either water, silicone, or oil. That goes with any makeup product. Now, obviously, water and silicone are not going to mix as well as something that is water and water or silicone and silicone. So if you experience any sort of product separation on your face, it's probably because the bases are not compatible. So, you know, like oil and water don't mix, they separate, hence why your makeup might separate. So I have been recently testing out and really digging into ingredients lists and figuring out which one of my products are which base. And I even have been going so far as to taking a Sharpie and writing a little W for water or S for silicone at the bottom of my products because I want to remember. With all that being said, today I'm going to be using silicone-based products because silicone for me, someone with oily combination skin, is going to last longer than water-based products. I am going to be using my Bobbi Brown color corrector in the shade Peach. I don't know what base this is, but I'm going to use it because it's the best color corrector I have. And I have some spots here that have been really bugging me lately, but I'm working on it. I have vitamin C that I've been using and, you know, exfoliating my skin and all the good things, But I'm going to go pretty heavy-handed on this color corrector because we're going for a super flawless base tonight. And I find if I use a color corrector underneath my concealer on my cheeks, typically you won't see my discoloration and acne scarring too much once I add like bronzer and blush. But yeah, so anyways, I've been experimenting. I apologize if I've ever steered you guys wrong when it comes to makeup recommendations based on my lack of knowledge on ingredients and formulations. Never my intention, of course, but I'm now very consciously doing different makeup combinations, and I've been paying a lot of attention to detail on how the makeup is sitting on my face. I do want to go in with a layer of concealer underneath and then do the same thing on top. So we're going to be using my Kulfi concealer in the shade Mango Drop, and we're going to be putting that literally everywhere that we put that color corrector. Using this BK Beauty and Nikki LaRose brush in N16, we're going to use that to buff out that concealer. And I'm not going to completely buff it out. I do kind of want to keep that coverage concentrated wherever I put it. And once we put the foundation on top, it will just naturally blend this concealer out as well. Are you guys excited for the holidays? What are your plans for Christmas Day? And also, do you have any fun holiday parties and plans coming up? I feel like December is always such a blur. It flies by completely, especially this December because I am doing Vlogmas. I am just sitting in front of a camera almost the entire day, every day now. But I think so far I've been keeping up pretty well and I really enjoy it. I have been really enjoying doing Vlogmas so far. I figured that the views on my vlogs would definitely not be as much as like my beauty videos. I don't think most of you guys watch me for vlogs, so hopefully doing content like today's video will be really nice and enjoyable for you. So now we're going in with the Haus Labs foundation. I have this in the shade 260 light medium cool, and I'm first going to put this on my finger. We're going to start at the center of the face, blend it out a little bit, and then buff it out with a brush. While I do want full coverage, I don't want thick, heavy makeup, and being able to do layers, like thin layers like this, really helps to decrease the amount of thickness that we have on the face, you know? I hope that makes sense. That barely made sense to me. So now I'm just buffing that out with this Makeup by Mario dual-ended brush. I will link this as well as all of the products that I'm using today. I'll link it all in my description, and I'll also tag every product within the video. This one and the Hourglass one have been my go-to when I'm considering doing full glam, I guess. And now what I want to do is again go in with that same concealer and go over any spots that still look a little bit more prominent than other areas. I'm starting to get these smile lines forming. I guess I have loss of volume there. And I put a little extra right here in the hollows of my cheeks because when I put bronzer on there, it does tend to fade a lot faster. We're gonna go in with the Uoma Trippin Smooth powder in the translucent shade. Favorite powder currently. It just works so well and it seriously makes your skin look airbrushed. And I'm using this BK and Nikki LaRose brush in N14. And I'm going to use this to pack underneath the eyes, almost bake it. This powder seriously makes your skin look so airbrushed. It's seriously incredible. I get compliments on how smooth my skin looks every time I wear this. Like here is the skin with it, just under the eyes and a little bit down here, but you can see it's definitely mattified and blurred a little bit versus this side that's nice and dewy and shiny. I'm gonna do it again right here so you guys can see. And this brush is great because it gets the powder exactly where I want it to go. Do my forehead too. It's mattifying, but it's not drying. Your skin never looks super dry. And I find that with me, my oils definitely start seeping through after a couple of hours and it almost looks more skin-like, more natural, and I love it. This is the Play Bento in number 2 Cloud Latte. There's a cream bronzer on the bottom right here. It's such a good tone. For my skin, I'm gonna use, again, this BK and Nikki La Rose brush in N17. I've been really enjoying these brushes. They did an incredible job creating these. It's so thoughtful. So I'm gonna just use this to bronze and contour the face. This is just such a gentle, blendable bronzer. See that? But watch as it blends. It's buttery and pigmented. It doesn't just fade away to nowhere. It stays there for sure, but it blends like a dream. Definitely looks like a shadow, at least on my skin. Like, look at that. It looks great on camera, but it also looks really good in person as well. I would get this whole trio again just for the bronzer. That sounds like such a waste, but that's just how good it is. Take some on the jaw and blend it out. We're gonna attempt to take some Christmas card photos after we get ready before we go to the party. We'll see how it goes. It is kind of late to be taking Christmas photos and then like sending out Christmas cards, but I'm gonna attempt it because last year, our first year married, we did not do that. Definitely an oversight. Okay, I'm gonna contour just a little bit with, oh no, this was kind of open. I hope it's not dry. This Milk Stoked Sculpt Stick. I don't know if this is silicone or water-based actually, but I'm gonna use it anyways. Same brush, and I'm just gonna put it in the pockets right here. Maybe I should have done this before the bronzer, but it's okay. Just for some added brightness, we're gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Banana Bright Loose Setting Powder under the eyes. Taking this on a powder puff, and then I'm just gonna blend it into my hand so it's evenly distributed. There you go. Did that make a difference? I feel like it didn't. I actually bought 2 of the Give by Gwen Stefani blushes. These are duos. I have the shade Crush on You. This one right here, really pretty berry tones. And then Stars Aligned. How would you categorize this? Just like pinky blushes, very neutral pinky tones. I have been using this one and I really like it. I got them at Sephora when they were doing like the 30% off or something like that. Maybe you should do berry because berry feels a little bit more holiday. We'll do that. Plus I haven't tried this yet. I'm gonna go in with the matte first and then top it with the shimmer. I really like that you get 2 options and you can combine them if you want to, but you don't have to. They're so pigmented. You see that? That's like one swipe. Just pat it and brush it on. Ooh, that's really pigmented. I'm scared. I want to keep it back here. See what I mean? Like it, you can kind of see the pigmentation on my face now. Don't know why. I'm really considering getting laser for my hyperpigmentation, guys, because I feel like my acne this year got worse before any of my acne scarring got better. So it just kind of piled on top of itself. It's getting to a point where I'm like noticing it more. Like when I do my skincare, I'm like, wow, my acne scarring and hyperpigmentation is like virtually gone. But then when I put makeup on top of it and I see it peek through, I'm like, where'd this come from? I've been thinking of doing a treatment called Moxie, and there's also a BBL, Broadband Light treatment, not a Brazilian butt lift. I've talked to a med spa about it before, but honestly, it's so expensive. It's so expensive, and you have to commit to their skincare, and I just feel like with what I do, I have to try out a lot of skincare, and it'll be really hard to cut that out. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. What do you guys think? Have you ever done it? Do you know anyone that has? Now we're going to go in with the shimmer, and I'm going to put it all over, actually. I was thinking of just doing the top of the blush, but I want it all over the blush. Look how pretty. That's so pretty. Berry tones are not an everyday staple for me, but I actually think it works really well with the eyeshadow instead of competing with it. We're going to do the Hoola Caramel. I like the caramel a lot. This is a big old It Cosmetics brush. Going in and just dusting this everywhere I want a little bit more warmth. You know what? I forgot that I wanted to try out this Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner. I got the Cocoa shade, which is the dark brown shade, and let's test it. I hear that these are the best. If you know me, you know I love my Makeup by Mario one. This is really pretty. I love Victoria Beckham Beauty's packaging. It comes with a smudger, which I would prefer a little brush like the Makeup by Mario one. Let's do a little swatch on the back of the hand. Ooh, she is pigmented and creamy. Okay, I'm excited. I'm just gonna have my Makeup by Mario one on hand so I can use the brush end. So I'm just gonna do my usual wing right here. Right, there's the little wing. Yeah, definitely nice and creamy. Not as dark as the Makeup by Mario one. That's the Makeup by Mario, that's the Victoria Beckham one. So definitely a little bit more milky chocolate than dark chocolate, but it's very pretty. I think it's nice and subtle. It's so creamy that I can almost make the sharp tip of the wing without even brushing it out, like smudging it out. I don't know if it's because it's new, like I just opened it, but it's super creamy, way creamier actually than the Makeup by Mario one. But again, I just opened this and my Makeup by Mario one is quite old, so it could be drying out without me like realizing it, you know? Gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and apply some mascara. At the lower lash line, we gotta put some shadow on the lower lash line. I'm just gonna put literally the same matte shadows on the lower lash line that I did on the top. I recently got this Persona lip liner in 90210, so I think I want to use this. I also have this new Rom&nd Dewyful lip tint in the shade number 12. I'll put the actual name of it if it has a name to go with the numbering, but this I just recently got. I just did a big order on YesStyle for more like lip products because I plan on doing an Asian lip product video for you guys coming soon. But this is the shade. So pretty. Not only is it going to give me nice color on the lips, but it's also going to stain the lips. And since we're going to dinner, I want something that's going to like be long lasting. I like these lip liners from Persona. I have other shades, 2 other shades, and I feel like they're not as dark as I want them to be. So this one I think is going to be perfect. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a pretty shade. Okay. And then we're going to top it with that Rom&nd Dewyful lip product. Oh, it almost like matches completely. Do I like that? It's a little darker than I wanted it to be, but I actually think it complements the eyes really nicely. It's a little more dramatic than I usually go for though, so maybe that's the move today. Okay, I'm running out of time to do my hair and show you guys my outfit, so I might have to go ahead and just end the video here. This is what the makeup is looking like. I actually really like the way this turned out. I love the eyes. There's something about cool toned eyes recently, like the glitter and the glam of it, that has been feeding up my soul. It's so beautiful. Let me know what you think of this makeup. This video is actually really fun for me. I got to like do my makeup and try out new products with you guys. If you enjoyed it as well, please make sure to like this video and let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!